Hey, so it's been a little while since we did our last update video on the camper build. We just decided this morning we'd take the time to clean everything out of here, get our junk, our tools, trash, everything, and just do a little quick walkthrough and maybe tell you a little bit about what we've been working on and anything that kind of we've run into, any problems or issues. But for the most part, I think our biggest accomplishment was getting all of our doors for our cabinets, our drawer faces, and our drawer boxes all ordered, and they should be in within the next week or so. That was one of the things that we decided from the beginning, that we could build our own boxes. They're not near as critical as far as appearance goes, because of course your doors and your drawer faces cover most of it anyway. So I'd rather pay someone to do a professional door, and that's what you're going to see anyways. And all we ordered, I believe it was 36 pieces total. We have 26 doors and drawer faces, and then we had 10 boxes. And that all the total to have someone locally build that was about $920, I think, or something like that. And if you divide that up by piece, it came out to like $25 a piece. And there's no way I could build all that and make it look as nice, and the amount of time it would take to do all that as well. I figured it was well worth the price to have them professionally done. And 3 of the boxes that we ordered are really big, like 30-inch boxes that are going to be for our clothing drawers. And even the cabinet builder was like, what? Those are huge. You know, they don't really make them that often. So I know that those were a large portion of the total cost of the entire project. If you're considering building your own cabinets, I think tackling the boxes, you could do, anyone can do that. But if you really want them to finish out nicely, look professional, go with the professional cabinet builder. Find someone local in your area. It's worth the time and the money that you'll save in the long run. But anyways, other than that, we'll just give you a quick tour of what we got done. Hope you enjoy. So first thing is we got a few coats of paint on these cabinets. We did a white paint with a primer in it already, and then we sanded with 120 after that, and then another coat of paint, and then 220, and then sanded that, and then we went over that with 320, I believe it was, and put a last coat of paint on everything. And then finally we're going to go back with like a 400 or a 500 grit and just lightly hit it one more time, and that will give it a really smooth finish at the end. Because we did brush, I mean, we rolled it and brushed it, and the doors we're hoping we're going to be able to spray, putting a nice coat of gray paint inside the dogs' kennels to hopefully hide the dirt when they rub against the walls. Here is the bathroom that we've been working on as well. Got the water tank kind of hung. I think that's where it's going to go. We've been playing around with some countertop ideas for the bathroom and for the kitchen countertop as well. This is an acrylic dirty pour my wife has just fallen in love with. We've been playing around with doing some different designs and stuff, and added in silicone to give it these like cells, they're called, I think. So I think that'll look pretty cool. We're gonna do like a bowl sink, I think, on top of that. The other thing we've gotten done is our shower walls are up. The shower is plumbed in. I don't have this line run yet, and what we're gonna do for our shower head is just have one single line run in with hot water that will be mixed straight from the water heater. So my reasoning for running just the one line on the shower head for both the hot and cold combined, just whatever, just running it straight from the mix here from the water heater, is I've had 2 of these already in the past. I've had 2 different brands actually in different sizes. I've gone from the biggest, not biggest, but bigger, and then I've had the absolute smallest ones they make. And I've had them in rental properties, and I've had multiple people complain about water consistency, heat consistency. Like The problem is that they require a certain amount of flow, water flow, to turn on. And if you have your hot and your cold mixing at your shower head, and the water pressure coming into a camper is already reduced. So if you run it to a mixer in your shower and you start to combine your cold water to make your water cooler, it will actually reduce the flow that's going to your water heater. And I just didn't want to have to deal with the problems that could possibly come from that. It may not. I know some people have had these and never had any issues with them. But this is so close. It's in the bathroom. It's easy enough just to make your adjustments here, and then we'll both find what we like, my wife and I, and then we'll have our own settings when we get in the shower and just turn it on. Shouldn't be a problem. Never tried it before, something like this, but we're trying to go for a little bit of simplicity as far as running extra water lines, but everything's accessible. So if I change my mind, it doesn't work for us, then I'm going to go ahead and I'll change that out and put a regular mixer in there for the shower head. But anyways, that's my thoughts, the reasoning behind it. May not work for everybody, but I think it's going to work okay for us. This shower base is a Musty. I think we got it from Home Depot, 32 by 32, and it comes as a full kit. I just used the walls it came with as liners behind this corrugated steel. I siliconed them all real good along the bottom, and then I have this, like, it's an 1/8 inch Luan that I coated with Aqua Defense from Mapei, which is a Lowe's product, and I think it's gonna hold up well. We'll see. My cousins have a trailer that they did this same corrugated metal in, and I absolutely loved it, and they have not had any problems with it, and I think it's gonna turn out really good once it's done. We'll see. Still gotta finish trimming stuff out. As far as the plumbing on the base, I went with a Camco sink drain. It's a 3/4 inch sink drain, and then I just run some adapters underneath that to drain the sink with a 3/4 inch drain line. We did have a Scamp camper before, and that used a 3/4 inch drain line, and it seemed to drain just fine. Never had any problems with that, so I kind of just followed that. We'll see how that turns out. If not, I can always go back in with a thicker drain line. We also got the back wall framed in for the false wall. We're gonna have a big old window here, and I think we'll probably run some electrical outlets for the inside as well as the outside. We're gonna have a little like bar sink out here. My fresh water tank is not installed yet, but it's here. I don't think this one cabinet right here was built or installed in the last build. It's just a thin cabinet, and the reason I actually put this in is because I'm running all my electrical through this channel behind here, and I've got holes back in here that are gonna run down through, and then I'll be able to run it all through here, and then my electrical is all going to be, I think, either here or here. I'm not sure yet. I should be able to run everything there from that point anyways. Well, that's about it for this update. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.